Hey beauties, today we are going to talk about how to get past your dairy cravings once and for all. And I have spoken in the past about cravings, especially in my third book, The Beauty Detox Power, about how cravings are not just one-dimensional. They are very complex, multi-dimensional aspects of which include emotional, psychological, physical, even societal and cultural elements to them. So that when we're craving something, it can feel really, really strong draw to it, and it keeps coming back into our lives. And so there's a lot of energy that we expend when we're trying to get past a craving. But I will say, as someone who has been on the other side of finally ditching my dairy cravings, which took a couple years, I'm not going to lie, it was a while for me. I was a huge cheese lover. On the other side, I am so much more light. My digestion is so much better. I know what it's like to experience loving cheese and feeling really good when you eat it. But on the other side, I know what it's like to be happier, that my skin is better and my energy is so much better. So sometimes we just need that bridge to get to the other side. One of the things that can really help is knowledge. And sometimes, we need that mental aspect as well. There's so many studies, as you know, beauty, or you may not know, but if you heard, you read some of my books, or you've heard me talk before, you'll know that there's a lot of research showing that dairy isn't the best thing for us as human beings. Dairy is really created for baby cows, which have a very different construction of their GI tract and their constitution in general. And I'll just read one study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition that shows that, contrary to our belief, dairy has no actual benefit to our bones. So some of the things we think, or we've grown up with these beliefs that dairy is really important for the calcium aspect, it's good for our system, but then when we dig deeper, we realize that because it's not really a human food, it's actually more acid forming upon digestion, which means that we leach alkaline minerals from our system, and we actually end up with weaker bones over time and less calcium in our system. So just knowing that can help us feel safe in giving up the dairy. There's a lot of other sources of calcium, such as green leafy vegetables and tahini, sesame seeds. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. If you're looking for some more alternatives, please check out some of the other articles we have here on the website, KimberlySnyder.com, and you will see there's so much more to getting calcium and actually retaining it in your body. But I will say, I've been vegan, I've been plant-based now for over 12 years, and especially when I was pregnant, I would get my blood checked out, and I had it checked out recently as well, and just full physicals, full checking out my my bone density, and I'm able to retain it. And with mindfulness, with a whole food based diet and not eating junky food, you too can get more than enough calcium. I will say though, as I mentioned, cheese tastes really good and it can feel really addicting. There's a compound called tyramine, which is a stimulate, and L-tryptophan, which makes us it triggers the feel-good chemical in our brain called serotonin, and it just has this soothing quality to it. So dairy very much can feel addicting. So I encourage you to, though, keep a log to really notice how you feel in your own body when you're having it, when you're not having it. Sometimes that awareness, besides the knowledge, just the awareness of what's going on in our body, can really help you get rid of the craving. So notice how you feel, how bloated you feel, how much energy you have, how your skin looks, and then a couple days, or ideally a week or 2 weeks, giving up the dairy, and notice the differences. And sometimes when we really connect what's going in our bodies with what we're eating, that gives us an even stronger impetus, even more power in giving up the dairy once and for all. The other things I would say is to make sure that you are stocking your home with really feel-good foods like avocados, which also have tryptophan, beauty fat, which is going to keep you nourished and feeling grounded in your system. Things like bananas, which also have great feel-good chemicals in them, and vitamin B and magnesium, and a variety of greens which contain folate, which is also going to help you feel and look your best. And remember too, to get past the dairy craving, there's so many amazing alternatives now. We live in a time with with coconut yogurt, amazing plant-based cheeses, vegan cheeses, whether they are based in seeds or even some of the more commercial varieties like the Daiya cheese, which I think is great for transitioning. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. And hemp milk and almond milk and all these forms of milks out there. So I think you'd be surprised if you haven't checked them out already how easy it can be to get past your little dairy fix if you're looking for an alternative. And then again, long term, thinking about just feeling into the knowledge, the intellectual part, feeling into your heart and your body, how you feel when you actually consume these foods. And sometimes, connecting those dots is really powerful. And then thirdly, having lots of, again, avocados and seeds and great beauty fats and foods which are going to help you feel full and nourished. And then all those amazing alternatives, including, I forgot to say, coconut ice cream, which is also amazing and will help you give up the dairy once and for all. So remember, beauties, I am here to support you every step of the way. I send you so much love. I love you. Thank you for being in the community. Thank you for being part of us. And I am part of you. We are all here together to support and love each other in this oneness that we all are. And if you have more questions, please be sure to ask them in the groups or on the website. I answer 4 questions a week on my podcast. So I'm here to support you. Let me know what you need. Sending you love, and I will see you back here soon.